What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and Coach Prime spoke about several things that transpired tonight. Most namely, his son Shiloh Sanders being ejected from the game and how it may have had implications on the outcome of the game. Also spoke on his line, protecting Shedeur Sanders or you know the lack of, I should say lack thereof, protection that they provide. But you have to remember a lot of these guys. You see a few that transfer from big name programs, but why did they transfer? Because they couldn't get on the field at the bigger program. So, these aren't his ideal linemen, and he had to kind of grab them out of necessity more than want for the team. They really needed to come in and fill some needs, and they probably played to the best of their ability, just not where they need to be to compete with the UCLA's, I know Utah got blown out today, but the Utahs, Oregons, you name it, right? So we go check out what Coach Prime had to say, and I'll be back.
Made some key mistakes. Once Shiloh went out, he's one of the main communicators on the back end. That was a tremendous blow for us because he's one of the leaders on the backside of the defense, and he's the enforcer. He's the dog back there, and I don't complain about official calls, but because those guys have the toughest job in the country to me, because the game is going so fast and they have to make a call even though they have a opportunity for instant replay. But the catch on the sideline and the targeting for Shiloh, I'm still questioning those things. But if it is what it is, I think they had a tremendous bearing on the outcome of the game, because when you lose a safety of that caliber, who's the quarterback of the defense, that's a tremendous blow. And that play on the sideline, I think it was a third down, would have been off the field as well. So we got to do a lot better, not only offensively, defensively, as well as coaching the game. And I'll take the full responsibility for that.
Has to improve in that aspect besides from
The line has to improve. It ain't no aspect. The line has to improve.
Coach, we talked about run-pass balance a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was up until that last drive, you had maybe 7 carries with running backs compared to like 34 passes.
Yeah.
How much of that is a struggle for you guys right now?
Well, it's a struggle to run the ball. It's a struggle to run the ball, and we got to figure that out, because now you're one-dimensional, and it's easy to stop a team when they're one-dimensional, and that's who we are at this point in time.
Could follow up on that? Could being able to commit to that, as you talked about,
Commit to what?
Running the ball. Could that help?
I think we committed to it on a first down, and we was 2nd and 15. Those are the type of things you don't want to do and get behind the 8 ball. First downs are so vital. First downs are everything. I mean, first downs are, when we held them statistically on first downs, it was hard for them to move the ball as well. And when we're getting negative yards on first down, that's a tremendous loss. Because now you're going to throw the ball on second down, and they're calling their defenses pertaining to that loss.
I just asked that in terms of the big picture, trying to keep Shedeur upright, healthy, and overall.
The big picture, you go get new linemen. That's the picture, and I'm going to paint it perfectly. There's a tremendous expectation for us, and we would love to meet those expectations. I think we were close. I mean, we did some wonderful things. You could see what we have and what we're building, and you could see the need. So just like recruits, you don't think they're watching TV and they see the needs that we have. It's very easy to understand this is what we need, and this is the type of quarterback that we have. So I'm happy with what I see for the future. I really am. I know we got our butts kicked. We lost today, but I'm happy with what I see in the future.
So Coach Prime has been very consistent about what the team needs going forward. He needs a line, and all indications is that Shedeur Sanders is going to be back next year. Now, I know his draft stock is pretty high, and I know a lot of NFL teams want him, but Deion kind of jokingly said, where you going next year on that video with Shiloh, basically saying he'll be back, and he'll be the quarterback, and he wants a 5-star to come in and learn under him at least for a year before he turns over the reins. And I know it might not play out like that, but Shedeur, hopefully, he can stay healthy the rest of this season, first and foremost, and get through it so Coach Prime can bring in the line that he needs to. Now, is he going to get all top high school players, or is he going to go into the portal? Because you're going to have to get some seasoned guys, but it can't be like bottom tier. He may have to get some guys that start now where they're at and they want to transfer, rather than just like bench warmers, Big Ten bench warmers, SEC bench warmers that were never able to get onto the field, But he's a little irritated by the Shilo ejection, and Shilo was having such a tremendous game before they sent him out. And so as a father and a coach, I would be very upset about that, because he was robbed of a great performance. I mean, he was causing fumbles. Shilo was headhunting today, but there's a debate online whether that was targeting or not. I'll let you be the judge of that, because I know people going to have different definitions. I just know those type of plays are bang, bang. And if you are defending that in open space and you're thinking about how you're going to hit the player, and they turn around, and get a full head of steam, and you up there thinking about it, they're going to be done walk right past you. And you're going to be out there looking silly trying to make the tackle. So, like I said in another video, you don't process it like, okay, let me make sure my head's out the way. Let me put my shoulder right here at a 90-degree angle and lean into. No, man, it don't work like that. It's read, react. So, sometimes I know the targeting penalty needs to be called because it protects the players. I get all of that. At the same time, you have to let players remain instinctual, because it's going to take away from the game when you see someone, and this is a thing, right? You see people missing tackles sometimes, and you wonder why. It's because the person doesn't want the targeting penalty and be put out of the game. So they have like a bit of a dilemma when they're in the open field like that. Now, what Coach Prime was saying about the line, I think some people feel bad about it because it's like he's ostracizing the offensive line. I think those guys are giving all they have. They just aren't as gifted as who he would like to have on his roster. And also, it's not just Shedeur, though. It's about opening up the running game, create some running lanes for the running backs. And they're a very one-dimensional team on offense. They got playmakers, and you see it, right? You see them kind of stay with teams for a little bit. Then you see the team pull away. You might see them go up against Stanford, and then you realize, oh, this isn't a complete football team. They just have some explosive parts who can put up some points. So you saw a team like Stanford struggling with everybody that was able to claw back, because they have no ability to be able to just kind of let talent win any game, because you just have good skill players. But, man, you're deficient in some of those other areas where you probably one of the worst teams in the country on the line. And so yeah, I look at that, man, and I want to know what you guys think about Coach Prime in his comments. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.